All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. I hope everyone can hear me loud and clear. We'll get started in a few minutes. Meanwhile, we're waiting for Fatih to join us. All right. Let me just quickly get this done. I hope everyone can hear us loud and clear. Fatih, are you here?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
Okay, that's nice. That's awesome. So, before we get started, and just give you guys a quick intro, Fatih is actually working for Colendi. He's the blockchain lead at the Colendi. We'll come to that. I'll ask him more about what Colendi does, how they are positioned in the crypto and fintech space, and what's going on in the company, and so on. But today's topic is blockchain and financial technologies, fintech field. Most of the people here are aware of the DeFi products, which we call decentralized finance products. You can say lendings, compounding protocols, different leverage stuff, and so on. But what's important here is that most of those protocols actually offer something valuable. So, on the other hand, we have financial technologies, fintech products that are developed by centralized companies, just like Colendi. There are many different companies in the world that deliver financial services, financial and technological products, and often their businesses are hugely successful. And they make a lot of profit. They have huge success because they make banking and financial services more available to people. Especially, they focus on providing the banking services for the unbanked. In our country, we can see such examples. One of them is the In and Out card, if you guys know what it is. It's basically paid debit card, and especially in or South America, there are successful fintech companies providing banking services. Often, I am seeing those, how do I say, companies being formed up in countries like South America, Africa, and Turkey, or like Middle East and Northern Africa regions, simply because there are a lot of unbanked people, especially for countries with high net worth or individuals who can access daily products and daily, who have no financial struggles or problems accessing products or like living their life. They don't have that need of banking because, especially in the United States, the banking system is terrible. I can say that you can't transfer more than $10,000 or equivalent amount of money in any other foreign currency to another citizen living in the United States using that same bank in the same day. But because they have no, how do I say, worries about the economical situation of the country, often customers or like people do not demand highly functional financial problems. Whereas in Turkey, if we compare, if our money is not arrived in 10 minutes to the receiver, we'll start calling banks simply because we don't have much money to afford losing some of it. That's why today we'll be actually talking about financial technologies and blockchain, how blockchain can solve some of the problems, and how fintech companies are providing banking service to the unbanked. That was my intro. So let's get started. Today we have Fatih here from the Colendi again. Fatih, could you please tell us a bit more about yourself and a bit more about Colendi and what you guys are building over there?
Yeah, okay. Thanks for having me here today. Good evening, everybody. Hello, everyone. This is Fatih talking from Colendi. I'm a blockchain and tokenomics lead at the company, right? And basically, I'm managing the general framework of the projects that Colendi is building on the blockchain environment. And I have been a crypto trader for a long time, and I am a kind of collectioner of the NFTs. This is basically what it is. And I just want to talk about the fintech, if you are okay with that, Osman.
Yeah, sure. Go on. Tell us more about what you guys are actually building at
Yeah,
Colendi.
perfect. Yeah, perfect. Fintech is called financial technology in long version. Shortly, is the provision of fast, easy, and affordable services to the end user by integrating traditional services with finance and technology, right? And financial solutions created by the development of coding and algorithm mentality are the focus of attention of many companies in a variety of sectors right now. Conventional companies in the retail, entertainment, and telecommunication sectors, right? Especially banks have been interested in fintech for a long time and utilize them as a solution in many fields. We are providing like banking services, Osman said. You can do whatever you want, like spend, track, invest. We have stocks, we have cryptos in their platforms. Basically, we can think of contactless and mobile payment systems, portfolio management backed by AI, artificial intelligence, insurance activities, and the use of physical assets and cryptocurrencies. And what Colendi does basically is Colendi establishes platforms for companies and customers to benefit from banking functions conveniently and functionality and quickly. Plus, hosting the industry giants, we currently work with many companies and offers them financial solutions. Colendi is one of the biggest companies in terms of in the field of fintech in Turkey, and we are based on actually the United Kingdom, and we have so many branch offices in different countries. Apart from the features mentioned, Colendi is a fintech company that gives microcredit, offers BNPL, buy now pay later service to you, and it can score. While we are doing all of these, we keep your save, invest, spend, and track transactions under only one roof. You can buy stocks, cryptocurrencies, and if you want to save them, you can save. If you want to invest, if you want to just hold them, you can hold. If you want to spend, if you want to convert this kind of assets to something related to what you want to do, you can just do, and you can track all of these transactions transparently. And this is basically what Colendi does. And what we do, Osman, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to ask more about the field, or like more about the customer's perception of the fintech companies, because I feel like, especially in Turkey, people trust the bank because of the history of the banks, especially the government-owned banks, like Ziraat Bank or Vakıf Bank or Halk Bank. And I believe the reason is that in the history we had a lot of banks going bankrupt, doing shady businesses. Um, Around like 6 or 7 years ago, we also had the same situation happen again. A private bank, having problems. I don't want to go too much details here. But what do you think about the clients? How do you think they perceive fintech companies? Do you believe that they're trusting the fintech companies right now these days, or like they're comfortable with using their products? Because I feel like people still need to see some face. There are some private banks who are offering branchless banking services just by using a mobile application. And even right now, if I'm not mistaken, you can open a bank account without going to bank. They'll just call you with video call, and then you'll complete all the like documentation, all the signing, everything, and then your bank account is just open. So how do you see the near future of fintech products or companies, especially in Turkey, but overall in the world too? What do you think about it? Like, do you think there is user traction in the field right now, or we still need some ways to go?
Yeah, I got it. It's a nice question, right? And I'm going to separate the question for two rows. One of them is going to be from the point of view of companies, and the other one is going to be like customers, end user. Okay, and basically people and companies. I just want to talk about the companies first. We are providing lots of financial services to the merchants, right? Like Migros, Turkish Airlines, and other companies that are confidential. But companies need to have that kind of stuff, Osman. They need to have that kind of stuff because it's easy, it's fast, it's affordable. If you want to create a bank account, you just need to go outside and you go to the bank, and you need to sign lots of documents, right? And if you do something wrong, it would be like issue for you, and it would be a problem that you could not and would not be able to deal with. But in the fintech provides you a platform that you can do anything transparently, and it just gives you a license. You just need to download the app from the App Store or Android, whatever it is, and you just need to do KYC. And after doing the KYC, you can do whatever you want. It's basic. It's so basic. That's why customer loves it. And for the trust stuff, they trust Colendi because of the so many metrics. One of them is definitely reputation. Is a good reputed company. They can analyze the market. They can just go to the website, go to Google. They just Google it, and they can check. People can check what Colendi does, and there's a bond with Colendi and the merchants. We have joint ventures. We have an approach. We have a kind of approach that we, if we do something with the merchants like Migros, like I used to be like that kind of merchants, we are going to create a new venture, and both of the sides are like a shareholder. That's why both of the sides need to give the priority to the application and give the belongingness custody to the end user. This is the point from the company side, and for the customer, we are talking about the conventional side, right? We are not talking about blockchain right now. And for the customer side, they believe that they don't want to be in trouble situation, and they don't like the banks. Okay, you can just think about the Turkey. There's a too much inflation, right? And if you wanna get a credit for housing or for car, you just they are just not giving you right now at the moment. If you are a reputed guy from the point of bank, you can get a loan, you can get a credit, you can get a mortgage, but otherwise, on contrast, you wouldn't get anything from the bank. But with microcredits, BNPL, buy now pay later, you just they are scoring you if you have even if you have a dog. There's also components behind of the application, behind of the scoring system. There's like, if I'm not mistaken, 4,000 components, I guess. If there's a guy from the Fintech area of Colendi, it would be much better. But and you just go to the application. If you wanna buy something from Migros, you can just apply for a microcredit, and it gives you. It just analyzes you. It just analyzes what you do, what you did in the past, what you have right now, and you just give you a credit, and you can use that credit to buy anything from Migros, or you can use that credit to buy stock. You can use that credit to buy anything. The whole process is so basic, and it's so easy. It's so fast. But if you want to get like more than like $5,000 or $10,000, it would not be possible to get that kind of loan from the applications made by Colendi. But it's a microcredit. As you can understand, micro is micro, and buy now pay later means like you can buy anything. You can get the credit first, and you can buy anything you want with the credit. And if you wanna put it off, you can put it off, and you can pay this off a while later.
All right.
What it is, Osman.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Fatih. There is one thing you have actually mentioned that I find interesting. I believe the reason why banks cannot, provide such services or cannot extend their services to that field is, I believe there are two reasons. One of them is that those established companies, which means that they're like, I don't know, 20 years old, 30 years old, 50 years old, 100 years old. So they have an established business. They have, their sources of revenue, and they have their infrastructure. So most often they don't want to touch stuff. They don't want to change things. And the other thing is, changing things would actually require some approval from the regulators, because conventional banking system is, conventional banking system is bounded by the banking laws. So the banks, that have their banking licenses in Turkey and in the world in general have the banking laws and follow those
They need to.
regulations.
Sorry to interrupt. They need to adapt. Osman. They're gonna go bankrupt. Process is so mixed up. If you want to do something with the bank, you need to deal with lots of stuffs. But if you have like fintech, financial technologies on your platforms, you can do easily and rapidly. Conventional banks need to understand what they need to do for their customers. They are just afraid of what they are just they just don't know what they need to do. I was having a conversation with lots of banks on behalf of Colendi, right? The other day I was just talking to some private bank, and we were having a conversation about the blockchain and the cryptocurrencies, but they were trying to make a project, but we just wanted to talk about about the system of banks, and they just release that, disclose that they don't know what they need to do. For example, Yapı and Akbank, you know that, right? We have
Yeah,
lots of
yeah.
news. We have lots of news. They are just trying that with the new ecosystem, with the new technology, with the new Web3. But conventional banks need to do the same thing, I guess, I think.
Yeah, the problem here is from my personal experience, as I was once talking to an owner of the bank. Actually, I was directly talking to the owner of the bank, and he was saying it was fairly a new bank. He was saying, his vision. I liked his vision because he was saying, look at all the banks providing services in the world. They have thousands of branches. They have thousands of people working for them, and they're actually making a living off of cutting $1, $2, a dime from the elder people who are trying to just withdraw their pension monthly. And it made me realize that almost all the services provided banks could be literally provided online. And we have some examples in Turkey, some banks that are doing that 100% online. So I 100% agree with you here, because if the banks do not adapt, then I am 100% sure we'll see another Nokia fail. You know how Nokia was not fast enough to adopt the
Exactly,
smartphones.
exactly.
Yeah, it'll happen to them, because right now I can honestly say that based on the data that I know, most of the banks are relying on elder people, because then they can make some little cuts, and those people won't realize, because they don't even have mobile banking application installed on their phones. So this is how they profit, and also by providing larger credits. Their credit rates are how do I say, cannot even acceptable to me. I don't know how can people pay and accept that, but some people, they don't have any options. Some people, they're not aware of the fintech solutions, things like microcredits and so on. So that's, I 100% agree with you. When the new generation comes, when today's teenagers are growing up and they need banking solutions, I hardly believe that they'll just go to a traditional bank and try to make an account, wait on the line for like 30 minutes, and then get things started and pay excess fees to have their account open. So Fatih, if it's okay for you, let's come to the crypto space. Before we come to the crypto space, I want to again, attach those two topics together. One thing with the crypto applications is that the reason why I'm saying one thing is that there are actually a lot of DeFi projects, and there are buy now, pay later products being built on blockchain in a trustless, distributed manner. Some of those protocols are successful, some of them are going to be successful, hopefully, and some of them are going to be failing. But here, the main difference for me is that while it's like from 1 to 10, it's like comparing the hardness, I believe it's I would rate opening an account from a conventional bank at 6, because you have to physically go to banks, sign documents, read everything if you're into such sort of thing. And opening an online banking account, I would rate mm, you know 2 or 3. It's not so hard. It's fairly easy. You can get it started immediately if there are no problems. You can get your bank account opened while you're sitting at your home, and they'll deliver your card to your home and get your signature at the door if it's necessary. But for crypto, for fintech solutions built on crypto, I find it too hard for users to be onboarded to the applications. Because if you think about them, first the user have to make a cryptocurrency wallet where they have to store their seed phrase. Like good practices, apps like MetaMask don't allow you to take a screenshot of the app. So you have to, either memorize or write it down to some other piece of paper or phone, so that later you can enter that seed phrase to verify that you have secured your seed phrase to the wallet. And then you have to make an account on some centralized exchange, go all the processes of KYC, deposit money to that centralized exchange, and then withdraw that crypto to your cryptocurrency wallet. And only then you can start using blockchain based fintech applications. This is not all the time true for all the applications, but this is most often the case. So I find it really hard for users to start using blockchain based fintech applications, especially existing users of the conventional fintech solutions. Um, here is my question: how do you think that process could be simplified, or do you guys work on something that is going to be simplifying those processes, or how do you feel about the existing fintech solutions based with blockchain based infrastructure?
Yeah, it's a nice question. It's a nice question. We are talking to companies, right? People are coming to Colendi, or people are having a conversation with us online, and they are asking us to build a like fintech to provide a fintech solution to their projects. But it's so hard to. I agree with you. As you mentioned, it's so hard to onboard a kind of person from conventional side to the blockchain ecosystem with the fintech solution. If they just wanna if they wanna be onboarded to the system, they need to do a whole process. But our applications have the process which is very basic. You just need to integrate. You just need to introduce yourself to the system, and the system is asking you one more question to show your identity card to the camera, and that's all. But on the blockchain side, it's so hard because there is a regulation problem, Osman. We are having a conversation with the authorities from the government, and we are having a conversation with the banks, and everybody is trying to find the solution for the regulative problem. We were just like, how I don't know how to put the word correctly, but you just if you like how to say.
Yeah, I kinda get you, because one thing that bothers me too is the current regulatory framework in Turkey. Not
So
just in Turkey, but in the world in general too, because there is no established consensus for blockchain-based fintech solutions. So the conventional companies, like huge banks, or like credit scoring companies, insurance companies, they want to get involved with blockchain. I can sense that, I can feel that, I can literally see that from the companies that we are also working with. They want to get in, they want to, even like, there's no wrong me saying that, they want to provide crypto banking services. So that's what they want to do, that's where they want to go. And of course that involves transfer of cryptocurrencies, storing cryptocurrencies, and buying and selling cryptocurrencies. But
Yeah,
there is no established consensus in the world about cryptocurrencies and crypto assets. Every country says different things, and especially in Turkey, it's kind of hard to build products that you don't know whether they'll be illegal to
yeah.
use in the next few months.
I just want to say something more about that. It's a kind of it would be a problem to talk about that kind of stuff, But of course, there's a regulated problem. If the conventional banks or commercial projects or the IP and the project from IP side, traditional side, want to do something with the financial solution, they need to wait for the government to say something about it, or they need to legalize something for it. We are trying to make a system for all our applications, but and when you do something, you're gonna get a call. You're gonna get a call somewhere else from Turkey, or
Yeah,
from
let's
government
just
of
let's
Turkey.
just say that you're gonna get a call from your mom, and she'll say that, please don't do dangerous things, because I don't
That's
want to be
exactly what is
involved
happening,
in this. I don't want to be involved in this personally. Let's just say your mom calls and says, son, be careful.
And one more thing, having a conversation with the companies from traditional side, they just don't believe the blockchain ecosystem entirely, and they want to do something, as you said. They want to be in this field, because the Web3 is the cutting edge technology, and it has been growing day by day. They want to do something with the Web3, and they want to be involved in the Web3, but they are just not requiring people from the blockchain side. I was having lots of conversation with the conventional companies, and the person that I'm talking was like a guy who didn't know anything about blockchain, who didn't know anything about the cryptocurrencies. The only thing he knows is he or she knows is just to log into the Binance or FTX or the crypto exchanges, stock exchanges, and they just buy and sell. If you want to do something in the Web3 environment, you need to know lots of things. You need to know how to build a tokenomics, how to make the emission and the inflation scenarios for your token. If you want to do something with the NFTs, you need to give the custody to the customer. You need to create a belongingness as we all know about the Maslow hierarchy of needs theory, you just the first thing you need to know about the physiological needs. You need to have a food, you need to have a water, and then safety. You need to secure your environment and your society, and then belongingness, right? They just don't want to hide anything from the blockchain side. They just want to do their own style, but they cannot, and they are just trying to do something in their own way. But at the end of the story, at the end of the day, they're just gonna call you and ask you a favor about the project, about the project.
I
Yeah,
am
that's
hundred
all.
percent relating with that. Yeah, I totally get what you mean. This is just sad. Yeah, go on, go on. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah,
Go on, please.
no, no, no. This is what I want to say. This is what I want to say about like bond between conventional like companies from traditional side chain environment. This is happening. This is happening. They are just trying to figure out what they need to do, but they don't know.
Yeah, I am seeing this behavior, not just in Turkey, but in some big companies from the world too, like huge companies that are worth more than $1 billion, from the meetings that we have held previously. I'm seeing that especially in Turkey right now. The companies are in discovery phase because first they're trying to understand what this is, and then they'll go through then invest stage. But at the same time, for United States and Europe, they're already in build and invest situation. They're already in the build and invest state. So I am just because I'm also a Turkish guy. I just hope that our companies or like our businesses in Turkey can also understand the benefits of blockchain and what this world opens up to them. And they're not too late. It's just that if they don't know how to navigate in the deep ocean of the blockchain, they can get a consultation. They can get some support from companies like Colendi, or like they can start building things on blockchains like Omchain. So that's what we believe. That's what we hope for. Because right now the current state in Turkey, what I'm observing is that most of the people act like they are forced to attend a friend's birthday party, and because they are attending to that birthday party, they were forced to buy a gift. So they didn't know what to buy, so instead they just bought a pair of socks. So they're not, as you have said, 100% believing in blockchain, but they don't want to, miss out on things. They have the FOMO, just like how most of the investors in the world have, fear of missing out. People don't want to be late to invest in things. So I am sensing the same thing for blockchain, but so far we haven't seen a good application in Turkey, but also in crypto in general too. I have been having talks with different companies, different consultancy companies in the world. I can say the biggest ones. I've been talking with the top 10 tech companies in the world, not in Turkey, about their blockchain needs and whether they have a blockchain team. But I'm still seeing that blockchain technology is not 100% understood. I have previously mentioned in different talks or different places that what's valuable from the technological side, blockchain provides the traceability of the data. So once a data or an asset or something is registered on the blockchain, you can see the time that it was registered. You can see the time. You can see who registered it, and you can trace that item, whether that is a token, whether that is an NFT, or whether that is a smart contract or any other crypto asset. So I am still seeing a lot of get in right now, get rich quick, or go bankrupt projects at existence. And markets like these, when the cryptocurrency prices go down, are actually, I find them healthy for the ecosystem and for the builders. Because when cryptocurrency prices go down, even though most of the people say, haha, I told you, it was a scam, Bitcoin is a bubble, blockchain is not real, and blah blah blah, there are also other people who actually realize that if you can build something that is valuable and that is sustainable, that can destroy the conventional products, conventional solutions. So that's why I personally try to build or explore technologies that are going to be sustainable, because otherwise we're seeing a lot of examples of the UST Luna. There are a lot of different lending protocols and everything. But if you look at from the fintech's perspective, and I also want to ask you again about this, there are protocols. There's protocols that you can lend money by depositing your crypto. but I am having hard time understanding like how are they beneficial, because if I am forced to lock my crypto assets instead of selling them, and because of the liquidation risks, if I have to over collateralize my loan, then what's the point? Like it's not giving me access to the finance that I'm seeking for buying an iPhone, or like buying a bread from the market, from the
There,
store.
there is. I I wouldn't be a person who need to talk about the like liquidity pools or the DeFi protocols, but I can say something about that. Unfortunately, most of them on blockchain ecosystem are built with the mentality of Ponzi scheme. That is why they are just going bankrupt, and people are just running away from the DeFi protocols. They are just trying to withdraw their money from them. But some of them, it wouldn't be wrong to say them. Some of them are just perfect. For example, Trader Joe on Avalanche ecosystem, they are developing their protocol for a long time, and they are just active with it. They're just like um, active on the ecosystem. And but when you check the other DeFi protocols on many chains, you can see that they don't have the mentality. They just have money. They just put the money in the liquidity pools when they are giving interest. Right? If you stake your cryptocurrency, you can get interest from the protocol. But when the liquidity is over, they are just trying to put more liquidity on it. But when you think about the system of the DeFi protocols, you can see that most of them are built on the like built with the like mentality of the Ponzi scheme. But they used to. I was going to say something about the internet. You were talking about the bubble stuff, right?
Yeah.
People would say the same thing for the internet, right? They used to call it bubble. But right now we are doing the Twitter space with many people on Twitter by using the internet. And there's a common phrase in languages: the last wagon of train has not left yet, but we need to get on as soon as possible.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And from my personal perspective, I can still say that internet is a bubble, because if you look at the browsing history of people, I mean, not in the wrong way, not in the the way that we know of. Just if you look at the people's browsing history, we are often visiting 10 or 15 different websites. And sometimes, if we're researching for something, we are using different websites too. So, from that perspective, there were like hundreds of thousands of domains were being registered, and it was a bubble. Not all of them survived. And I feel the same for the crypto ecosystem too. Not all the cryptos have to survive. If there are like 10, 15, 20 different good products surviving in the market, that's enough for us. Because right now, look at Twitter. Right now, we're on the Twitter spaces. We're using that website, we're using that mobile application. There are products built for Twitter. There are ad agencies in the world that provide consultancy services for Twitter ads. There are influencers making money out of Twitter. So it's not a bad thing that most of the projects disappear. So I don't see that as a bad sign. And yes, if internet was a bubble, crypto is also a bubble now. It's gonna pop one day, not today, not tomorrow, but one day it's gonna pop. Maybe there'll be like not 10, 15, but there'll be like maybe 200, 300, maybe 500 different projects surviving. But there'll be also a lot of smaller projects that are specific for some community of the people, or for some companies. Just think about the website of your local government. Only you and the maybe 10,000, 20,000 people living in that local area go to their website once every month or twice every month. So it's all about the utility, I believe, and the reason why they exist. So it's not a bad thing that
Yeah,
crypto is a bubble. It just means that it still has time. And
yeah.
one
This
last
is
thing, yeah, one last thing here. I'm gonna add to your speech. Yeah, I am 100% sensing the Ponzi investors in the blockchain field, blockchain space. Because if you honestly look at the games or like blockchains that we're seeing, if you honestly look at them from the perspective of investing or getting rich, Çiftlik Bank, I believe right now most of the people hearing me or listening this Omchain talks are aware of what it is. Çiftlik Bank was also a play to earn game. So you deposited some money, and every month, every week, or every day, you were, withdrawing some money. The only reason why this guy was arrested is that probably because he didn't say that it was based on NFTs, and probably he didn't say that there were associated risks. So if that guy was just saying that it's not like, get rich quick game, but it's an NFT game, play to earn, there is like a liquidity pool or something, and the project went bankrupt, no one would be complaining, and it wouldn't be seen as, as bad as right now we are seeing it. So from my point of view, most of the projects are falling into that category. So I don't want to talk more about this because I don't want my mom to call me right now and give me a warning. Yeah, yeah, I love you, mom. Um, so it's just, let's get back to the topic. One thing I wanted to ask you, Fatih. I heard some things about the potential maybe new products or like new formation in Colendi about blockchain. Could you please tell us more about what is coming up with the Colendi? What are we going to be seeing in the future, or like what should we expect in the sense of products or service that Colendi is going to be offering soon? If it's okay with you, if you are allowed to
Yeah,
talk
yeah, of
about it.
course. Yeah, of course, of course. We are creating lots of services and the products to the ecosystem. We are trying to create a value, But blockchain has a huge gap right now. They can like fraud you, they can scam you, and we need to give some like experience to the younger generation. I was having a conversation with lots of people from the outside, and they were just trying to be part of the community in the Colendi ecosystem. They just wanna, and we do lots of things, Osman. And we do lots of things. I can say like we invest in projects that we think can create added value for the blockchain industry. Provide technical support and also offer fintech solutions. Trying to offer fintech solutions isn't possible right now, but when the government says something about the regulated stuff, we would do that. Recently, we acquired the company called Saddle, based on the United Kingdom, which builds blockchain infrastructure, architecture, and produces technically blockchain solutions. And besides, we are currently producing many projects, as I said, in terms of NFTs, metaverse, GameFi projects, DeFi projects. And we wouldn't want to be in a position where we do every single thing related to blockchain just because making money. We are just we are just trying to create a custody. We are just trying to create a belongingness. We just want to be part of the community as the community tries to be. And I couldn't tell about what we are building right now because of the confidentiality, but we will be slowly coming to the market with ineffable projects, I would say. And it's a hint. Saddle is as I said, Saddle is a block. Saddle provides a blockchain infrastructure. They can build a chain. They can do anything with the. They are amazing blockchain developers like you, Osman. Is a kind
Thank
of
you.
it would be a hint, but apart from the Saddle side, we have so many projects in terms of like NFTs, metaverse, GameFi, DeFi, and lots of things. I'm gonna hire lots of people. I'm gonna put some like
Okay,
in,
let's just
yeah.
not say that you're gonna hire so many people, because I don't want your inbox to be filled with a lot of applications,
No,
because
no, no, no,
I
no, no,
tend
no
to get
problem.
them a lot.
I want to add one more thing. As you can understand, there are many crypto-based projects in Colendi. Hence, we are creating a concept that includes all of these projects and is supported by Colendi. Colendi is going to be an investor of a project that we are not planning. We are almost to create that kind of company. We will make an announcement about this as well.
All right, that's awesome, Fatih. It was great to hear that a lot of great things are coming from Colendi, and it's going to help us, especially because we're in Turkey right now. But I believe that the products you guys are building are going to be helping for the unbanked people of the world. Thanks a lot, Fatih. Before we end the fourth of the Omchain talks today, do you have anything to add on the topic? Is there anything that you want to specifically mention? Is there anything that we have missed talking about?
No, we do not have anything to miss, but I would say like we need to have a passion and courage to build the projects. It's not a bear market maybe, but cryptocurrencies are depreciating. We shouldn't be in a position where we don't wanna make projects, make projects that create a value on the blockchain ecosystem just because the market is depreciating. We have a perfect younger generation in Turkey, and we have perfect developers. They are games themselves, and they are boosting their projects. This is last thing that I wanted to say. We need to have a courage and the passion about the blockchain ecosystem, and we are gonna make it perfect all together.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Fatih. I also personally, 100% resonate with you because, my point of view, this last year was not easy, because the obvious reasons. The crypto market is having hard time right now. The perception towards the blockchain technology, or to the people who are working in that field, was not very good, especially for maybe the last 2 years. But right now we feel the wind of change. A lot of things are changing, not just only in Turkey but also in the world too. And a lot of people are right now, trying to discover, build, and invest in blockchain technologies. More on discovering in Turkey, but globally speaking, I personally hope that fintech solutions in the near future will make people see that, we don't need banks. We don't actually need banks because it's our money. Like, we work hard for it, we earn the money, and then we give the custody of the money to some company, or like some operation, some bank. So I hope that people realize that it's our money, and we should be, the ones who are controlling, or who have the say on the money that we have earned by working hard. So I hope that fintech solutions can provide banking services to the unbanked people of the world. Thank you, Fatih, joining us today at the Omchain Talks. It was an awesome 45 minutes from my point of view. I hope that you also had enjoyed, and the people listening us also enjoyed. Before I get called by my mom, I think and believe that it's best that we end the conversation and the talk here. Uh,
Yeah, thank you so much, Osman, for having me here today. We are going to provide lots of solutions in terms of fintech to the blockchain ecosystem, but there's a regulated problem right now. And when our mom says, they will say something about. I just want to close the Twitter space right now.
yeah.
Uh,
It's we 100% believe that our mom loves us. That's the point, right? And our mom wants the best for us. So we hope that our mom finally sees the possibilities of blockchain, and the potential here, and allows us to go play with the other kids in the blockchain play yard. All right, Fatih. Thanks a lot for joining us today. All right, guys. We have come to the end of the On Chain Talks number 4. Hope to see you guys again in 2 weeks. Take care. Good night.
See you guys. Take care. Peace out.